All right, so the prices will have to drop in 2026, and this has nothing to do with the panic in the market. It just has to do with the fact that there's nobody out there to support these prices and everything else that has been going on, right? I mentioned this many times before. We're literally in that bottleneck situation here in Canada where there's really no support. Adding to this mode that Canada is currently in is that we're not building anymore. And I'll get into that when I believe the recovery will actually be in Canada, right? Because there's a systematic formula that I have in my head that I believe that at one point will obviously trigger back. There's no question about that. It will bounce back, but it will not be 2026 or 2027. So why do I believe that? I mean, that 2026 is so bad and it will be worse than 2025. Well, there's a couple of things, right? There's the youth, like our youth in Canada doesn't have the opportunity to jump back in the game, right? Like we don't have people in lineups buying properties on top of that. So I mean, in my opinion, there was somewhere around like 2015 and 16 when the actual middle class, regular, ordinary people, Canadians, they just got wiped out. And if they wanted to buy a property, they literally had to go all in. It's like, it's a casino mode. One hand, all in, and that's it, right? So people were taking tremendous amounts of risks, right? And that fight, right? Like that fight, keeping the property is something else that a lot of people don't talk about, right? I remember back in the day, a decade ago, right? Like talking to some people, and they were like, you know, like we were giving every last cent towards the property because that's our last shot. We will be able to actually buy it. And then you know what happened all the way to 2020. Like we saw prices literally increase by 20-30% since 2015 and 16. And then in 2020, like we shot again, like we literally doubled, right? So it's just a complete chaos, which brings the new youth, that generation that's waiting to pull the trigger. Like, young people getting married, everything is postponed, including the real estate builds, right? Like we're not building in Ontario anymore. Like what does that mean, right? It means that people are not making money. Like think about the chain reaction. Think about the youth, right? Like the chain reaction of all these student loans. Like we're talking tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases, in order to fulfill their studies and stuff like that, right? Like loans left, right, and center, right? It's just crazy. And we have maxed out every single Visa card in our wallets, and there's literally nothing left. We have been pushed to the wall, to the ceiling, and we need a timeout. And the only way how this can be fixed, unfortunately, it will affect the last decade of people who invested and who saw some gains, and now they're, let me call it, trapped, or they have these burdens, they have these huge debt ratios on their shoulders and stuff like that. Like they will be literally wiped out. That's just the reality of it. Whether that's 20% or 30% of the market, I don't know. But they'll be wiped out. And then at some point, this market will correct itself probably closer to 2030. Which means it's not like, that 2030 will hit and then we'll all of a sudden see a hockey stick situation. No, that's not going to happen. Like it will probably plateau, and then it will start, the engine will start to work again, we'll start building again, we will see some economical growth, and that's all what we know today. because we have no idea what will happen within a few years, even few months, because geopolitical situations all across the world and things are changing rapidly, and we're kind of stuck. We don't know where we need to go, what we need to do, what the next step is. So we're kind of holding to what we have and hoping for the best. But that best, it's held by the Canadians under massive stress. So there you have it. So 2026, if you can wait, don't buy a house. That's just in one sentence put together, because there will be much more of difficult situations moving forward. So I don't know what else to tell you, but stay safe. Try not to stress as much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.